All right, everybody, welcome here to the Your Zero Hero webinar. This is our very first one, and it's really just a little teaser for those that jumped in and signed up fast and early. So it's only going to be about 15 minutes, but grab a pen and paper and definitely keep some great thoughts in mind about Zero. So our Your Zero Hero webinar is a budding entrepreneur's guide to understanding how to get started in Xero. All right, because Xero is such an amazing piece of software, which you're going to learn and find out. Taxanista talent. This is just a little bit about us. We've got several more team members. We need to get them all added to our screen here. But we are a full-service bookkeeping, accounting, and tax firm that we are located out of Arizona. However, we are licensed in all 50 states and can handle people all over the country and currently do. So now what are we going to learn here in session one? It's the introduction to Xero. You're going to learn what is Xero and what's all the hubbub about it. Also, the different types of accounts that are available. Also, can I get my old data into Xero? You might be thinking, oh my goodness, I don't want to switch because I don't want to lose all my data. Well, guess what? It's going to be saved, so don't worry. You're also going to find out where can I get Xero help. Now, one thing you might wonder is why is Taxanista teaching you how to do our job, right? But we're not, because we offer so much more. But you know what? Taxanista loves small business owners, and we want to see you grow, because we do realize that while there's a need for small business owners to keep their books and to understand what their numbers mean, unfortunately, there may not be funds necessary to hire a bookkeeper in the beginning. So that's why we put this together, so that we can come together as a team, learn how to get this up and running, and then we'll have some ongoing efforts available later too, to make sure that you're on target to where you need to be in at least processing your transactions, and also just processing and reconciling your transactions in Xero is just one facet of bookkeeping and accounting that there's so much more to it. But this will at least help come tax time for you. We are offering this mainly to small businesses, so there are some revenue limitations. We wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same playing field here on this webinar, so that we don't have a brand new starting out business with somebody else who's been in business for many years and is quite a bit more sophisticated. So that way we've got similar types of questions being asked, and they're on the same level. Xero, what is it, right? All the hubbub about it. Well, it's a cloud-based accounting system with an open interface. An open interface means that they're, for like my little layman's terms is that they're friendly, and they welcome in other software manufacturers or program writers in to their system. So, for instance, if you like this type of point of sale system or you like this inventory system, you're not stuck with theirs. You get to pick and choose which system you like that works best with you. And they hook into different CRMs as well. So they're very friendly and open to helping you, allowing you to pick what it is you're interested in. Now, we love Xero so much that we actually aren't even taking on any new clients with QuickBooks. So that's how much we love it. We are also gold with Xero, which means that we've been with them for a couple of years now. We're gold with them, which means that we've got over 100 clients on the bookkeeping system. More about what Xero is that they're based in New Zealand. And I mention this because some of the phrases that they use might be slightly different than what we're used to here in the United States. But you know what? You'll catch on really quick. So it may be like a smidge of a learning curve in the beginning, but I assure you it will make sense as time goes by. I also mentioned that they started in 2006 and that they have had angel investors since 2007 of about $3 million per year on up. They also had a big push against Intuit in 2012 with a large investment round of $49 million, and then went after it with gangbusters in 2013 with $150 million. I mention this, and I think that it is important to point out because Another thought would be, somebody might say, well, I've never heard of Xero. Or what happens if they go out of business and they just close their doors? Or, what if they're really small? Well, I'm showing you this so that you know that they've been around for a lot longer than you realize, and they've got a significant amount of funding and investors behind them. They're not going anywhere. So for those of you that are new to it, just know that, they're going to become a common household name at some point. So just wanted to make sure you understood where they came from. Now, the types of Xero accounts. There are three main types of accounts that Xero offers to people, to just users. Us as advisors, we do get a couple of different accounts that are available to us, but they would be transparent to you. You would not really realize that you were on this account or that account. But let me go through the accounts with you because you need to decide what's really right for your business. The starter version is very limited. It's only limited to 20 transactions per month of what you can reconcile. Now, what you could also do, and then there's the standard that's it's perfect for most U.S. businesses because it can handle an unlimited number of transactions. And then there's the premium, which would only be necessary if you need foreign currency. So if you're dealing with foreign currency, you're going to have to go the premium route. Now, one thing that's really nice to note is that you can swap between the different versions at any time. So you're not stuck into whatever version you happen to pick. So for instance, if you're not doing something with your books for a while, you could be at the starter, and then all of a sudden you're ready to get caught up, you can go to the standard account. However, which of course as an accountant, I would rather you not wait and stockpile because then it can get a little laborious to catch up. But these are the different types of accounts you can choose from. Also, the standard and premium account offer payroll, which is really nice to note. We're located in the state of Arizona, and they're not offering payroll yet for us, but they will shortly. So, and there are a lot of other states that they are offering it in. I can't really give you my recommendation on it yet because I haven't used it. I personally like to use it first before I recommend it. So, but you could definitely check with others and see what they say out on the web and see what people think. Now, what do you get for this seminar? You get free Xero for a year. We're offering you more perks because this is our very first webinar, and you're going alongside with us in this, and we appreciate that. So for that appreciation, we're giving you a free account with Xero for the full year, and you're getting the you're getting the standard account for the full year that you get to use. We're also giving you exclusive webinar member only access to our Facebook group, which is a great place to go to ask questions. So if you ever have questions on what to do or how does this work, just go to our Facebook group, and as more people come, there'll be more input, but we'll definitely answer your questions for you on there. Now, one question you're probably asking is, oh my goodness, I have all these years of data. How can I convert my data into Xero, or is it all lost? Well, guess what? You can convert it, okay? One way or another, we can get the majority of it in there. So what QuickBooks does is what can happen with QuickBooks and a couple of the other larger accounting packages is we can convert the prior year's transactions so that it's in there for comparison purposes so you can actually see it. But it's also possible to get all the prior year's balances over as well. So you may not be able to get all of those year's transactions, but we can get those ending balances in so you can compare month over month when you're producing your reports. Now, if you have a manual system, so you really had no real bookkeeping system, then we could simply enter that in beginning balances. So that's definitely something we can do as well. So the answer to that, can I convert my data into Xero, is yes, you definitely can. Now, where can I get help? All right. Xero TV is the #1 place that I recommend. Obviously, we've got the webinar, but Xero TV, if you just Google Xero TV, you're going to find tons of different amazing videos that are available on all different subjects. I mean, there's hundreds of them. And what's wonderful about these videos is that I think they must have had an entrepreneur in mind because they're really short. And that's great because you know what? We have busy lives and we don't want to commit maybe 30 minutes to it, but we might be able to commit, 3 to 5 minutes, right? So there's lots of really great ones out there. We'll even utilize some of them in our learning process. But what we'll also be offering you is the advice that we've learned from mistakes and from trial and error. So even though the Xero TV is great, sometimes it doesn't give you the other side of things. But also where you can get help is the webinar. We will be recording it, so you could always, I highly recommend you jumping on live. That way you have the opportunity to ask questions live and then hear other people's questions as well. But if you're not, just, it'll be recorded, so make sure you listen to it. And then also our Facebook group. We will be growing it, so all participants of any of the webinars will be able to join. So we are growing our Facebook group, so you can always ask there as well. Now, the next question is, what should I be doing now? Because the next session is going to be on Monday, which if you're listening live or if you're listening it shortly afterwards, it is very soon. We're only a few days away from that. So this is your to-do list right now. So number one is you need to make sure that we have your name, email, and phone number, all right? So that we can make sure to get you all the perks, and everything that we have to offer. Now, if you already have a Xero account, you're going to need to invite us as your advisor. And how you do that is you go ahead and log into your Xero account and then go to Settings across the very top, then to General Settings. Another screen will come up, and on the right-hand side, you're going to click on Users. And one little note there is for all of those little stars, if you click on that star, it will appear in your drop-down menu. So that's really important. So when you click on Users, you're going to add a user on there. You're going to add a user, and you're going to want to make sure when it comes to the first and last name, you can call it whatever you want. Webinar Help, Taxanista, whatever works for you is fine. But the email address that I would like for you to use is more than likely going to be probably mine and or accounting. So you're going to want to put it in as accounting at your accountant's office. And then also Angela at your accountant's office. And that's accounting, ACCOUNT, accounting, ACCOUNTING, accounting at your accountant's office, YOURACCOUNTANTSOFFICE.com. And then my name is spelled Angela. So you're going to want to make sure to give us access and invite us as your user. And it would be great if you also checked the box, allow other users, to be able to manage users, because we've got a lot of amazing accountants on our staff, and some people may be a specialist in this area, some people may be a specialist in that area, and that way, if we've got the ability to add another one of our teammates on there, they can get in there and help answer your questions for you. Now, if you already have another accounting file, you'll need to get it converted yourself or seek our help in getting conversion done, all right? So if you have another accounting file and you want to get it converted yourself, then you're going to want to go here to this web address right here. It's xero.com/us/convert-from-QuickBooks/. And it's fairly simple. I do recommend that you make sure that your books are fully reconciled and up to date. So if you don't know what I mean by reconciled, you probably aren't reconciled. So what I mean is you need to make sure that if you go into your system and you put in the beginning and the ending bank balance, and you click off the transactions that have cleared, and then at the end you tie and you hit OK or recon or something like that. That's what reconciling is. You need to make sure that it's reconciled before you bring it over. It's just much easier. It will take a lot more time if you bring your system over unreconciled. Okay? We can definitely assist you with that. I believe we've got a pretty good promotion on that. I think it's, Savannah will help us, but I think it's $75 or $50, something like that, to get you converted for us to do it for you. So if you're not the technology guru or you would really like a little bit more help, just reach out to us and we can get that set up for you. If you have no bookkeeping account at all, or no prior bookkeeping account at all, then I would set up with us to get a Xero account going right away. So go ahead and let us know, and we'll get the Xero account opened and ready for you. That way you can start playing around prior to our next meeting. One thing I wanted to mention was, I'm going to pull this over onto the screen here, is that there's a demo company. So if you go to Xero, at the very bottom of the Xero account, it says Demo Company, and you can get in there and play around. It resets about once every hour, I believe, but you can get in there and do transactions and do whatever you want, and it's not going to affect anything. At the top of the hour, it gets all reset. So that's a really great option that they've got that we'll be utilizing as well when we go through. So, there we go. As far as your chart of accounts, we'll be uploading one for you, or we'll be giving you one to upload, and we'll make sure that we walk you through that and how that works. Now, what a chart of accounts is, if you're not familiar with that, is it is it's a listing of all of the accounts for both your assets and your liabilities, but also your income and your expenses. And we have formulated a really good standard chart of accounts that we've developed over the years. And it should be just fine for your business. However, there could be some tweaking that you need. Maybe you want this type of account, or maybe you want to keep track of your revenue, with these two accounts. So we'll go through showing you how to add new accounts as well, so that you can be able to add accounts as you need them. And then also, before we meet again, I suggest that you watch some Xero TV, because it's very short snippets. And, just the better armed you are at our next meeting, you might have, more questions to ask and really get a little bit more value out of it, because you'll have come across some things that you'll need some questions answered, I'm sure. All right, so we're at the end of our very first little teaser here of getting started, and we are so happy and excited that you have joined us and that you are going to be part of your Xero Hero team here. So just watch for the invite on Facebook, and if we're not friends yet on Facebook, I highly recommend that you reach out to us. You can reach out to me directly, and my name is Angela Sticka Snyder, and that is Angela. Sticka is Sticca, and Snyder is Snyder. And then also our amazing marketing and client care person is Savannah Sari, and that's Savannah, and her last name is Sari, Saari. So anyway, we did not take live questions on this because on my very first one I forgot to hit record, so I am redoing this so that you're not going to, unfortunately, you do not get to hear our first round of questions, but I assure you we covered it all in redoing this. So just make sure to reach out to us and make sure that we get your name, your email address, and your phone number. Thank you so much. Look forward to having you guys on the next webinar. Thanks again. Bye-bye.